That's fine.
Cool, we're live. All right. So we were doing some time shifting, and what we were trying to get to happen today is to introduce the Las Vegas event, the Las Vegas meetup, which is our next event. We had to switch some timing around because right now Evan's actually at MG Guerra's
Hey,
house,
hey,
and they're
hey, hey,
putting.
hey, 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 don't give out my secret location.
Sorry. Is this like didn't what's her name? Taylor Swift get upset because people were following her plane and Elon? Are you gonna be
Yeah, I
like
don't
that
want
now?
people coming down here right now.
Okay.
We're just hanging out.
Um,
This is a fake
Bottom line
background.
is
This is
we're
just a
not going to
picture.
talk.
Don't worry.
We won't talk about that right now. But he's actually there working out and planning one of our next events. But today we're here to be talking about the Las Vegas event, and we've got Lynn is supposed to be here. I think we had some confusion on whether it was Central Time or Pacific Time for her. So hopefully she'll jump on. If not, we'll share as much as we can about the Las Vegas event. I think we have 12 or 14 who are already going. The event sounds absolutely amazing. I'm pretty excited. Evan, you want to share a little bit more about the details of it and dates, times, all that good stuff?
Well, it's November 4th. That's the day that's been planned so far. And there are three events planned for that day. Lynn has planned a tour of the Mob Museum and Speakeasy. So that's something that will be interesting. The Mob Museum, I heard, is a really great attraction in Las Vegas, and there's pre-dinner drinks at this event. So that's something that people can enjoy and have a good time with. Then there's dinner at Capo's, which is an Italian restaurant off the strip, which is also a speakeasy. It's also someplace I've been a few times, and the food is really, really good. And it's almost like you step back in time when you go back. They have a lounge singer singing the big band songs from Sinatra and all those people. So it's going on all night. It's a fun place. Everything's nice and dark. Dress appropriately. And after that, we have dinners at 6:30 so that we can get to the Neon Museum at 9 o'clock. It's the last tour of the night. The Neon Museum is in downtown old Las Vegas, and they've got a number of the lights that were at the old casinos all lit up. So you can walk around and look at all the old lights. And when you go outside, I haven't been there yet, but I've driven by outside. It looks pretty cool with all the lights lit up, and it's a pretty big spot. So that'd probably be at least an hour.
Yeah,
And
there was a lot
after
of good
that,
feedback. There was a lot of good feedback in the thread that we had about that. People were saying that that place is amazing and you've got to go to that. So I'm actually going to check that
absolutely,
out next time I'm there.
absolutely. And then after that, this is not on the official agenda, but right nearby there is a place called Frankie's Tiki Room, which is a throwback bar. Really nice spot, maybe 10 minutes from the Neon Museum. It's a tiki lounge, and it's got really well-priced drinks and a really comfortable, laid-back atmosphere. Plenty of room for 15 to 20 people to just relax and hang out under the tiki thatched roof. So it promises to be a fun event. Definitely a fun event.
I
And
like it.
Vegas is really busy that weekend, so there'll be a lot of people here. And
Nice.
it's actually a Giants game, I think, on Sunday. Giants and the Raiders. So
That's
that's
something
when
I keep forgetting is Vegas has a pro football team now. So it's like it's got everything there now, even pro
soon to
sports.
have a baseball team. It's got a
Hmm.
hockey team and perhaps a basketball team. So don't bother betting on pro sports anymore because they're all fixed. That's just my
That's
opinion.
actually, if you've been watching pro football lately, it seems a little like, wait a minute, why did they do that? Why did they do that? So one more thing too that I remember Lynn was mentioning is probably have some kind of an awesome brunch the
On
following day
Sunday.
too. Yeah,
On Sunday, right? So that
I
would be
think so.
something. It depends on people, how many people go, and how many people
Sure.
show up. So it should be good. It should be a fun event. It's definitely going to be different because the last few events we had were fairly local. Baseball game, the yacht a couple of times, pool party. I didn't get any feedback on the San Francisco event. I'd love to have more feedback on that. I know something happened. I don't know what. I know I got some good feedback on the Chicago event,
Yeah, yeah.
but there's a reason why I'm here. We are going to be hosting, or not me, I'm just going to be hanging out.
Mhm.
MG is going to be hosting a Christmas event at his property. He's got 24 beautiful acres here. And I'm going to post a link to video of previous events that he has. And
Oh,
this is going
nice.
to, normally there's a 2 to 3 hour wait to get in on the nights that the event is open. People line up in their cars, but he's closing it and opening it only for the people in this group that night. So he's going to have this room will be open from what I understand, so people can come in and take pictures behind the famous desk. He's also going to have some food, some drink, and it's early December, and it really won't be that cold, and it should be nice. And you'll find a very nice time coming here, and everybody will just, again, it's not a high pressure event; it's a fun event. People just come to talk, say hi, we have quite a few members in the Raleigh area that live here, so we should have a very nice turnout. And I actually, I was on the flight coming down here before I got on the plane, and somehow somebody heard that I knew MG, and he went out of his mind. He goes, "Oh, I go to the Christmas lights every year. Could I meet him?" I said,
Can't
"No."
do it. We keep him hidden. He's protected. He's a protected resource.
Yes, he's a protected resource. So, and he's been a very gracious host for the weekend. It's been a wonderful time. When you see his house, you'll understand the man, and we'll see what happens. So that's the fun that we'll have coming up. He hasn't set a final date. I know it was supposed to be the 27th, but that's changed. So he's got a couple of dates in mind, and I told him he needs to give me a date pretty fast because it's going to fill up. I also think he's going to put a restriction on the number of people that can attend, because obviously his house is not going to accommodate 5,000 people if everybody wanted to go. So we're going to have a restriction that he'll come up with. So the faster you respond, the better it will be. So we'll see what happens. Excuse me, I'm a little distracted.
Can you put in a request for him? Can you get him an address in a Santa outfit, drinking a Sam Adams by his pool?
He actually has plenty of this on hand. But he does have Christmas boots.
Boots and
Christmas
Christmas jacket.
boots.
So
I
he's
want
got some Christmas
boots.
gear. He's got it. You should see the Christmas boots. They're pretty impressive. Christmas
I like
boots,
it.
Christmas jacket. So he's going to be here hosting the event. So have we figured out a date yet?
I think I will have it by midweek this week.
By
Okay.
sometime.
And are we gonna-
I've got like literally two flights in for the dates that you gave me. About to
Okay.
press send to buy those flights as soon as I know.
Okay. All right. So we need to get to finalize that date, and
are you going to have a cap?
we haven't got that far yet, but we will this week.
You're not going to have 5,000 people here.
Nobody's gonna. I mean,
He doesn't think anybody's going to show up because it's in Raleigh.
It's in Raleigh. It's nothing exciting in Raleigh, but
You're there. You're exciting.
That's what I told him. He
But-
doesn't want to hear that.
I mean, if you remember, we sat and talked for hours on the boat. Like we could have sat there forever. I had a good time just hanging out with
this
you.
is a very beautiful event, and obviously, it's very popular because we get about 3,800 cars per night that come
Nice.
through. We get about 3 units from the local police department that helps us to manage the traffic. So it's gonna be a beautiful event, and it's a very much something that I'm looking for.
Well, the police, are they actually real police? Like, could they recognize like fugitives or anything? Not that I'm just a question.
No, they're real police. They are.
Are they
coming
going to be there on our night though? This is a
I might have-
concern.
I might have one hanging around.
Okay.
And we're going to give
I'll
them
just have
pictures
to
of
dress
to let
up.
in.
I'll just dress up. We'll be good. We'll be good. I'll take care of it.
No, it will be fun event.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it. We should all dress
So-
as something. We got to have some kind of a Christmassy theme. A bunch
Right.
of elves or something.
Did you happen to see our United shirts yesterday?
I absolutely saw those. They were crazy. You got the planes up top. You got the old fashioned cars. Looked like that was from the Beach Boys with the United planes flying over.
I was
They're
telling
amazing.
him that we should get a some kind of discount for promoting United. So
Do
So,
they make United Christmas shirts?
I don't know. We're gonna have to look.
We're
into
going to
it.
have to look at a United Christmas outfit. We'll see what happens.
Sounds good. Yeah,
He
let's
said
get
he's going to
creative
have
with
Scott
that.
Kirby come, by the way. He said
He did
Scott
what?
Kirby's coming. Scott Kirby's
Scott
coming.
Kirby's coming. It sounds good to me. Let's go.
right.
Do it. We're gonna bring everybody. So I like it.
Oh, he's told me so many stories that you would never believe. I can't even repeat them. It's just
After the last few days, I would probably believe anything. So whenever
Has
you're
it
ready to
been that bad?
share, I'll believe you. I'm shocked at things, but I believe because a lot of things can happen to be said.
My story has been fun. He wants
There you go.
he wants to experience some of them.
I told him I want to travel with him for 2 weeks, but
I'm in.
he gets
When
up at
you-
4:00 in the morning.
I just keep seeing him like poke his head in Austin. I'm like 4 miles away, and he's like, "I'm flying to San Antonio. I'm heading back to San Marcos. I'm gonna drive right by you and wave, but I can't quite see you." He just doesn't stop
Okay.
moving.
Explain to me this. What's so special about Austin that everything is so expensive?
Okay. I have no explanation. And you know what sucks? When we moved here, it was small and special. And it's great because we have all our stuff paid for. But if you're just moving here, I'm like, why are people paying $1 million for a house that was 200,000 15 years ago?
Right.
It's-
First of
it's-
all, I cannot get it. I cannot get my hotel that I normally stay in by the airport because it's full. If I
Mhm.
go downtown, hotels they want $400 a night plus
Yeah.
$42 for parking. And I'm like, and you know what happened is the customer asked me, "Can you meet me in Austin?" next morning he said, "Oh, by the way, actually I have to meet some of my guys. Can you actually meet me in San Antonio?" So I ended up driving from Austin
Oh.
to San Antonio.
So
That's not
next
a
time
bad
you're in
thing.
Austin, it's like everybody knows their own town. Next time you're in Austin, I'll take you to the places you go, oh, I see why you're here. Because I'm in Southwest, so we have trails behind our house. I can ride my mountain bike right out into the yard. I'm gonna do it right after
Okay.
this, actually. I can go hit the trails. There's good barbecue that's not as expensive. We have a little lake cabin, so we go out there and we're in the middle of nowhere and we play tennis. I mean, it's very nice here, but if you're right in the middle of town and you're in the middle of tourist area, it's just another city that's ripping you off.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Austin quite a bit. Actually, one of the customers that I have in San Antonio is bringing me to Austin, so I'm gonna be in Austin quite a bit.
Tell me whenever you're here. We'll go do all the things.
Good deal.
Excuse me.
Cool.
Excuse me. Was that an invitation only to him?
Yeah, I don't want you to. Of course you could come, dude. Last time when you were here, it was like the hardest time because you're in San Antonio, and San Antonio is just far enough. I think I was leaving the next day, but please come, definitely. Hold
Did you
on a
see?
second though. I've seen you on water sports. Are you going to be okay? You going to be okay on my bikes? Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
What do you mean? You see me in what?
Me.
What-
You
No,
see
I'm
me
just
in
teasing
sports.
him, and I'm just giving him a hard time.
Oh, okay, guys.
I'm
Is
just being a
Lynn there?
jerk.
Is Lynn there?
I don't see her. There's nobody in here.
She just messaged me that says she's online. I told her to.
She is not in here, so she has to click, enter studio. Tell her to
I
click
did.
enter
I told
studio.
her that. Okay, let's see if she shows up in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, so the Christmas
Oh,
event,
now she's there.
the Vegas
she just
event,
clicked
the
it.
Christmas event. We're gonna end the year with a bang here at his house. He has plenty of room for tents, by the way. So if somebody wants to camp out, there's plenty
Yeah,
of
right.
room.
You need to get the approval from the wife.
We have a Lynn. We have no face, but I know that she's behind there. Oh, we lost
She'll
her.
she'll be back. So there's
We'll try it.
campground here behind MG's house.
Nice.
He has porta potties. He has a pond. People can shower and bathe in the pond. So I think we're all good.
Sounds good to me. Are there ducks in there? Because I like to bathe with ducks. If you guys have available ducks,
we got deer.
Nice.
As deer, so you
we can
you
all shake our tail feathers.
You can actually go and catch your own deer and make your own meal.
I don't want to do that. I'm like I can't kill anything, but I'll ride a deer around on the property.
I'm sure you will. So
Actually, I'm currently doing the trails for the four wheel.
Yes. Cool.
not for us though. He's
That's,
Yeah,
that's
that's fair. Listen,
Not
you've
for-
seen the best and you've seen the worst all at once. I wouldn't put any of us on a four-wheeler. And think of this. What did I do before I met you guys like a few months ago? I flipped
Exactly,
the
yeah.
snowmobile. I'm the
Yeah.
last guy you want in that. I would have said 2 years ago, I'm your number one choice. Don't pick me anymore.
Right.
I proved the world wrong.
So where's Lynn?
She's kind of there. I just can't hear her or see her, but I know she's there.
Lynn.
Hello.
Hello,
Can you hear
Lynn.
me?
Okay, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
I'm trying to get my camera to work. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
Is there a place that says video cam down in your bottom left? If you click on that, do you see it or no?
Or
I
settings.
am. It won't do anything. I've got my camera in the normal place for a Zoom meeting. This is very embarrassing. Sorry.
No, it's
That's
okay.
okay.
Why don't we do this? So Evan did a great job of giving a brief overview of going to the Mob Museum, Capos, and then to the Neon Museum, and then talking about going to a cool bar afterwards, and then possible brunch. You want to expand upon that? Share a little bit more about how awesome the Vegas event will be and what you've done so far.
Well, I'm thinking that we didn't have the best timing for the event right now with Formula One, and apparently airfares and hotel rates are pretty high. So I'm thankful for the people who signed up. We only have about 12 people. Did want to add a shout out to any locals to please show up. Just send me a message and show up. So we'll start our evening at touring the Mob Museum. They do have a speakeasy. So I think the group likes to have liquid refreshments. No.
PDBs.
All right. Well, personally, I only do shots. So
Nice.
I would like to
Nice.
I would like to sample some of these classic, cocktails that we can enjoy down in the speakeasy. And so we'll hang around there for a couple hours before we head over to dinner. Capos also has a speakeasy. So I think you sense a theme going through the night. And then the next stop is the Neon Museum. I thought it would be best for us to go after dark. There's a Raiders game the next day. A couple of people that are attending because they're in town for the game. So if there's anyone else that happened to be in town for the game, just shoot me a message. I'll add you at least to the dinner reservation. If you can make any or all of the Saturday events, that would be great. Sunday is just kind of up in the air. I thought we would just discuss when we're all together. Do we, want a brunch, and which area do we want to stay in? We're kind of all centered down in the Resorts World corridor, downtown area. So those folks that are staying all the way on the other end of the strip might be a challenge for them to get there, because traffic is a nightmare, an absolute
When you say
nightmare.
Mandalay, you mean Mandalay Bay or downtown?
No, if they have to get like from, let's say, the Luxor, Mandalay Bay,
Right.
all the way down to the other end, it's going to be a nightmare. But I mean, I hope what I've created is interesting to people. We moved here 4 years ago, and these things have been on my to-do list ever since we got here. So this was kind of a perfect kick in the pants for me to get out there and go to these places. So yeah, my husband just popped in to see if he could help with the camera, and I have no idea what's going on because it's so I apologize. It's asking me to stop the microphone and camera, but they're supposedly both going.
No,
That's
that's
okay.
okay. We can hear you.
You'll surprise us
cool.
with your appearance when you show up.
Have you eaten at the restaurant yet? Evan was saying it was an amazing restaurant, Capos.
I haven't, and so I actually picked the restaurant because it was one of the ones that he suggested. So
Nice.
I
Nice
love
one.
classic Italian food. I can't wait. And I'm super disappointed I'm not on camera. I picked the perfect necklace to wear as an accessory.
I'm trying. I mean, there's
And Lynn-
nothing on
Lynn, I
my
also-
end.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying there's nothing on my end. Like, I'm just looking. There's no way I can do anything with it. I'm looking. Let's see.
I'm doing the
No.
exact same thing I do when I go to Teams meetings and Zoom meetings.
Yeah,
So I don't know what in the world.
it's somehow
happened.
off, but you're there.
I'll fix it. We'll have to fix that before I have a business meeting.
There you go.
But what else would you like to know? I mean, have there been comments? Have there been any chat?
So there's nothing out there right now. We've had about 4 or 5 people popping in and out. So yeah, I mean, I guess the biggest thing is I think they know the things that we're doing as far as flying in and where to stay. Again, they can contact you just to make sure that they're doing it right, so they're not running from one end of the strip to the other. And then when people are leaving, it sounds like some might go to the game on Sunday, go to brunch, just spend a day in Vegas. It sounds like a great time.
Right. Hang with each other. Evan, who was your special guest? Did you have a special guest?
We already
And
unveiled
where
the
the heck
special
are
guest,
you?
but
That looks fancy.
Come on back.
Oh, I've seen you on Facebook.
Yeah,
That's MG.
Okay.
the king of the segments.
Right.
How many segments so far this year?
Insane.
approaching 400 right now.
400 segments so far this year, Lynn.
Wow.
Um,
And where exactly are you, Evan? That looks like a very
I can't tell you. It's a
prestigious room.
secret location,
It's the
but we're
back
going to have a
cave.
Christmas event here.
Okay.
So there's going to be a Christmas event in the beginning of December that this man's going to host, and we'll give you the address and everything. And it's going to be a night. They normally run a big Christmas holiday light show on his property. It's got
Yeah.
24 acres.
24 acres.
24 acres.
4 different
Nice.
And he's going to close it down for the United 1K group for one night. So we
Awesome.
can all hang out in this lovely office and spend a night together on the holidays.
Ooh, so we have breaking news during the Vegas segment, huh?
That's
There you
right.
go.
But he can't figure out
Nice.
the date yet. So
I know.
he's trying to figure out what date we want. So we'll get that soon. Scott's ready to come. So there'll be
What-
at least 3 of us here. What's that?
What's
3
what
people, a duck, and a
state-
deer.
What U.S. state will it be in?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Oh my God, that's on my list of places to visit. Nice.
Well,
It's
Perfect.
awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah,
And
I've
we've already
been
talked
to
about
like almost 90 countries, but maybe only half of the states. So
wow.
I'm bad.
well, we talked about the fact that there's going to be a campground in the back with tents that we can set up and a lake that we can shower in. So we're all good.
he's joking now. Make sure to clarify that.
I'm
Oh,
I
joking.
just want
pass on
to
that.
run with it. I'm going to request it.
Right?
I
Oh
like
my
it.
goodness.
It'll be fun.
Well, so Vegas. You guys are coming in Friday. Scott, are you coming or you're not coming?
I'm on. I actually just looked at the flight prices, and I also there's two things. One, I didn't realize it was the 4th, and we're going to Turks and Caicos from the 3rd to the 11th. So
Gotcha.
that's been planned for a year, and I'd love to come to Vegas and that if we could do both, but I can't. So
Yeah.
Is everybody
Well,
going to try to stay in the same hotel in Vegas?
I don't know if they're gonna stay in the same hotel. I think it's gonna
Same
be a
area.
variety of hotels.
Gotcha. Well, we'll I guess if just given the situation where I had to move the date, I think I'm going to try this again next year. Certainly not during the hot months, but maybe more towards the early end of football season, just to get more people
yeah,
to come. Hopefully, I don't know if Formula One is going to be an annual thing. Oh my
They're
God.
building that track, so we'll
yeah,
see.
they probably would. I mean, I think like what we do is, I mean, again, it would make sure we just take lots of pictures and let people know what it was like. I mean, everyone wants to go to Vegas at one time or another. If we can
Right.
coordinate, I think maybe we do like a lot more questionnaires of like when do people want to go and let people kind of choose, and then they'll dictate like, okay, if they want to go in this month, let's get them. But Austin's a good city. We could go to like F1 here. We could go to Vegas. Like we should be doing more of these because they're awesome.
Well, Austin claimed that they had a group of people set up events, and I haven't seen anything yet. So I'm waiting.
I was in that. What happened was we were going to do, I think there was like an overlap that we were all getting excited and trying to do them. And we were picking dates that were like the same weekend as somebody else.
Mhm.
Cause we were going to do, we have all these distilleries and wineries, and there's a beautiful part of town that like you can kind of go through and take a bus tour. And we were talking about doing that. And then it kind of dissipated. And there was a reasonable price tag where, sometimes people are like, oh, I have to pay for flight. Then it's 200 for this and 200 for this. It can add up quick. And I think the price tag might have gotten
A little
pricey.
carried away. Well, we
Yeah.
currently have on next year's agenda, we have the Naples trip.
Yep.
So that's later in the year. So we have plenty of room for at least 3 or 4 events between January and then. So plenty of time. Maybe we could try it in the spring again then, Lynn, since there's no football conflict.
Spring's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spring is really a nice time, especially before the heat of the summer. So I would suggest maybe early April.
Let's
I
see how
wonder
this
how many
goes.
people. Yeah, I wonder how many people like we could pick some of like the Vegas things that people want to go, like maybe golfing, a show, and a gambling day. So maybe on
Top of the
Sunday.
stratosphere. There's lots of Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff that people can do there.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
absolutely. Red Rock, Valley
Yes.
of Fire.
All the good
There's
stuff.
just so much. The
Yep.
Sphere is new, so a lot of people probably haven't seen the Sphere, and they'll
Right.
probably, if they're coming in for this, the whole day is open because in
Yep.
case people were coming in Friday versus Saturday, and there's just so much to do here. It's crazy.
I am probably going to go to LA and drive. So
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
because
that's
Good,
always
Joshua
fun.
Tree.
yeah, the flights from LA to Vegas are getting a little crazy. So we'll see what happens. I'll let
Right.
you know. All
Well,
right.
I actually like that drive anyway. It's actually nice. So cool.
Yeah, you go by the Mad Greek and whatever that town is called out in the desert and see
Yeah.
the world's biggest thermometer. It's all great.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Fell
saw
wonderful.
that. I
Death Valley,
went. Some girlfriends and I drove down to her place in Rosarita, and I saw that giant thermometer. I took a picture. There's also some giant cowboy old timey sign. We got off the interstate and went a little ways and took a picture of it.
Yep.
And that's going to be where they're going to put that high-speed train someday. We'll see how that goes.
Yes, we saw that station. So that'll be nice. But anyway, I mean, back to the Vegas event. I guess the only thing I would like to tell people as they're watching this later on or now, message me as soon as possible. The tickets for the Neon Museum, everybody's buying in advance. The Mob Museum, we can actually buy the tickets when we get there if you don't buy yours in advance. What I'm worried about is the restaurant because they're holding a table for me. And I told them 26 people, which is what I thought we were expecting. And so now we're down to 12. And I get that maybe the expense, had some people change their mind or not come, but and it might be better in the spring. But the restaurant needs to know how many people to.
Yeah, and that's only fair to you. So we should actually really just get a push for locals too, because that might be a good way. If you don't have time to do all the things, at least catch up with everybody at dinner. That's a great opportunity to connect and seems like it'd be
Exactly.
fun if you're right there. So
What's the best way to do that, Evan? Would you suggest that,
The
kind of
group,
like a dinner
Vegas
invitation
group.
to locals?
Well, we know how many people are in. Well, they claim we know how many people are in LAS. We can take a look at that and see. We could post it in the group. So we could post a group message to everyone that's in LAS and see what happens. See what gets
What
together.
if we do
Okay.
that, and also Los Angeles too? Like, say if you want to make the drive for the day too, and suggest that, because then you pull the flight equation out, might be something they're interested in.
Yeah, that
So-
There
flight.
you go. If we could do a combination of those two and come on, there's a
Yeah.
meetup and I mean the whole
Yeah.
weekend is really open. I focus just on Saturday because when people are here, I know that there's so darn much that they
Yeah.
want to do. And
Vegas
the
today is not what it
Fountain-
was 30 years ago. Absolutely. not.
right. Well, and the Fountain Blue is opening very soon.
wow.
Same with the Durango.
Well, that'll be
So,
fun.
yeah, there's just so much. It's kind of mind-boggling. But I just want people to come and mix and mingle. I have not met anyone in person except a week or two ago I ran into the Bazillion Flyer man.
Tom Stuker.
Tom Stuker. Yes.
Yeah, so he was in the Vegas lounge. But
Super
other than
cool.
that, I've really met nobody. I mean, maybe I've been places where they are, but I don't
Yeah.
pay attention and look. And I'm still learning who's who. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Evan, if I saw you, I would probably say something.
That would
There
be
you
good.
go.
I would like to hear that. Thank you.
That's
But
nice.
the guy had like a jacket on that you can't help but see.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Tom.
that's the only reason I saw him.
The other day I was on the jetway coming down here and somebody turned around and said, "Are you Evan?" I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
It happened to be MG's neighbor. He goes, "Yeah, MG said you might be on this flight." So it's quite a small world. We'll see how that works out. And tonight I'm actually, he's kicking me out now because he has to get me to the airport. But,
well, you guys
Robert-
get to the airport. We'll make sure
Mhm.
this Vegas event is amazing. Send something out to LAX and Las Vegas, and see if we can get a few locals to pop in and at least make that an awesome dinner.
Thank you all.
Okay,
And this
and-
event has been also posted to YouTube. So anyone wants to follow it, I'll post the link later.
All right.
Great.
Love you
And my
guys.
apologies again for messing up the time zones. I'm
No.
I don't even
Don't
know
you
what
worry.
time zone I'm on.
We all got here. We all got here. That's better than
And
most
thanks to
do.
the
So,
fancy office here. So
Yeah,
the
definitely.
executive digs. See you in November and December. Everyone have a good
love you
weekend.
guys.
November 4th,
Bye bye.
5 p.m. Bye-bye.